Hey guys, what's going on? Nick Kellar,
Greg Brock,
Atlas Premier Realty, coming to you with another video blog. Today we actually wanted to get into things you need to do to make sure your house goes to closing. So everybody knows, it's no secret, it's still a hot seller's market, even though we've seen the brakes be pumped here over the last few weeks, the start of the summer, people are traveling again. But it's still a seller's market. Houses are still selling quickly. Traditionally, getting the house sold was the hard part.
Right.
Not the case anymore. But there's still challenges that exist. The real work happens after you're under contract.
Right.
So we want to go over the 5 things you need to do to ensure that you get to the closing table.
So number 1 is to carefully select your sales price or consider your sales price. And this really comes down to the appraisal, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can shoot for the moon and go significantly over what previous homes have sold in your neighborhood, but you've still got to deal with that appraisal.
Yep.
And so this comes with a game plan that you and your real estate agent will have, and they've got to be able to back this up with other comparables or be able to show value with additions, upgrades, etc. that you've done to your property to make the difference between the homes that have sold in your neighborhood for X price, why you should have gotten Y price.
And I think a lot of people, they want to shoot for the moon right now because that's the market that we're in, but they don't want to leave any meat on the bone, right? But the fact remains that you can't underprice a house right now. The market will come out and beat each other up over it. So that fear should be subsided. But you also want to make sure your agent is meeting with the appraiser, right? So that they are being your advocate, talking about the features, showing your perspective as to what you looked at in order to come up with your sale price, and do those things to ensure that they're kind of seeing that perspective, because finding valuation is very abstract. You can ask 10 different people, come up with 10 different answers. So you want to make sure everybody's on the same page. The second one is look for liens and anything that could affect your title. Doing that legwork up front can avoid delays and possibly any fall throughs down the line. So any judgments, any liens, any encumbrances that could affect the title, you'd like to just have that legwork done up front. So it doesn't take much work at all.
Could cost you a lot of money if you didn't know about a mechanic's lien or something along those lines.
And it's as simple as having a title company, a title expert look at the title for you.
Right. The third one is disclose, disclose, disclose. And that's really just being...
dirty word.
Just being as transparent as you possibly can. The likelihood is that you will probably still have some kind of inspection during the process while you're under contract, whether that be as is with inspections or as is no inspections. They're still probably going to get an expert in there, and if they find something that you should have disclosed to the buyer, it could come back to bite you. Yeah,
I think it's just gives people peace of mind that they are going to get into this and overpay for your house, that you're being upfront and honest. So that goes a long way. The third one is, or was it fourth one? Fourth one is be reasonable, be willing to negotiate. So look, there's some things that are unforeseen that come up. It could be appraisal, it could be inspection, it could be something else. Just stay unemotional about it and be willing to be reasonable about it as those things come up. And if you need to renegotiate a little bit, it's usually better than going back into the market and having to fix what came up. Right.
Again, at that point, you would have to disclose anyway. And in general, just try to create a win-win situation for everyone.
Totally.
Number 5, limit contingencies. Now, this is the nice thing about our current market, is that you as a seller kind of are in the driver's seat on how many contingencies you're willing to take, as long as you do have multiple offer situation. Every contingency is an opportunity for a buyer to back out or to renegotiate. So the less contingencies that you have in your contract, the better off you'll probably be.
So position it strong from the front to limit those. So again, it's a lot easier than it ever has been before to get the house under contract. The real work happens after contract, and you want to do everything you can up front to be proactive to ensure that there's no hiccups along the way. So hope this helps. If you have any topics you'd like to see us cover in the future, please let us know, and we're always here to answer any questions. Thanks again.
Thanks a lot.